Chapter 9. Scorpions, Chapter 9. Jamal came out of Sassy's room when he heard Mama come in. She was carrying some packages, and Sassy took them from her and put them on the table. "Your daddy here?" Mama asked. Sassy shook her head. The corners of Mama's mouth tightened for a moment, and then relaxed into a smile. "Sassy, go see if I have some red pepper in the cabinet." Sassy went to the cabinet and found the red pepper. "What are you making?" "Devilfish," Mama said. "What you been doing, Jamal?" "Nothing." "Daddy coming?" "He said he was," Mama said, dragging out the said. "Lord knows what the man be doing half the time." The fish had already been cleaned, and Mama washed it carefully and patted it dry. Then she dusted it with flour and spread it on the chopping board. Jamal counted 6 small fishes. "Mama, didn't Daddy say that Jamal should do all the dishes from now on?" Sassy asked. "I ain't got time for no foolishness, girl," Mama said. "You got any homework?" "I finished it." "Jamal, how about you?" "I don't have any," Jamal said. He remembered that there had been homework on the board, but he had forgotten to copy it. Don't start any mess up when your daddy gets here," Mama said. She covered the fish with a clean dish towel. Then she put some lard in a frying pan and turned off the flame beneath the pan. Jamal stood in the kitchen door, leaning against one side of the narrow frame, and watched the lard slowly move across the pan as it melted. Mama took a cup of chicken broth from the refrigerator and put it in another pot. She put black pepper, red pepper, and white pepper in the broth and stirred it gently as that, too, heated up. "Is your room clean, Sassy?" "Yes, unless Jamal messed it up. He was in there." "I didn't mess up nothing," Jamal said. "Both of you go in and check the living room." Jamal let Sassy go in first, then remembered the gun hiding in the couch and went in quickly behind her. The living room wasn't too bad, and Sassy picked up the few things that were out of place. She put the television on with the sound down low so Mama wouldn't hear it and tell them to turn it off. "You can have my fish," Sassy said. "I don't want your fish," Jamal answered. "Well, you can have it anyway. Shut up." Javon Hicks knocked on the door at exactly 6 o'clock. Sassy opened it, and Javon picked her up in his arms. "Girl, you're getting heavy." "Hi, Daddy." "Sassy, ask your father if he wants to eat in the living room or in the kitchen." "Anywhere where the food is," Javon answered Mama's question. "Hi, Daddy." "How you doing, boy?" "Okay." "You been helping your mother around the house?" Javon Hicks took off his top coat and sat on the other end of the couch. He was wearing an old suit, but his shoes looked new. "Yeah," Jamal said. I've been helping her." "Daddy, tell Jamal he should do the dishes all the time." "That ain't no man's job," Javon said. "How you been doing in school?" "Okay." "Okay? That's not good enough," Javon said. "You can't take no okay to the man and expect to make a living." "I'm doing good," Jamal said. "Well, that's better. I know you don't want me to have to take my belt and straighten you out." Jamal looked away. He felt his eyes stinging with tears. He hated it when his father came and talked about straightening him out. It wasn't like he was there all the time to talk to him or help him or anything. Just when he came around once in a while, he had to talk like he was so interested. He wished his father was away in Puerto Rico or someplace like Tito's father was. Javon Hicks was talking to Sassy, telling her about some job he was supposed to start working for a dry cleaner. Jamal could smell the fish. He knew that Mama would fry it for about half a minute in the lard and then lay it in the broth with all the pepper. It was good that way, better than when she just fried it with cornmeal. "As soon as I can spell Abel, I'm going to try to get me some wheels," his father was saying at the kitchen table. "Maybe we can go out for a drive sometime. When was the last time you've been to Coney Island?" "Ooh, I haven't been to Coney Island since..." Mama looked up at the ceiling. "Since just before Mr. Lee died. You remember that man used to work out at the old racetrack?" "Old man, crippled back?" "Yes." "Let's go to Great Adventure," Sassy said. "Too many accidents happening out there." Javon Hicks took a fish from the platter. "Plus, it takes all day to get out there. I bet you use a tank of gas getting there and back." "Well, we got to see Randy, too," Mama said. "How much you say that lawyer want?" Javon asked. "He says he needs $2,000 altogether." "Well, I can come up with about half of it in a few months, but I can't make the whole thing." "The lawyer said he can start the appeal with $500, Jamal said. "That's what he tells your mama," his father answered. "Them lawyers will $500 you to death. You got to have the whole thing, and then you can say, 'Here's the money, now get him out.'" "You think he's going to get out, Javon?" Mama asked. "That ain't even the question. You can't tell that the man going to do unless you go to him. The question is what we're going to do to get our blood out of jail." Nothing we can do except get the money, Jamal said. So what are you going to do about it? His father asked. Me? Yeah, you, his father said. He's your brother, ain't he? Yeah. Well, it's about time you started acting like a man and started seeing what you can do about it. He can't get no job. He's only 12, Sassy said. When I was his age, I had plenty of jobs. You can't get no job if you walk in and start talking about how you're only 12, his father said. You don't want no job anyway. What you want to be is a mama's boy. He helps me out plenty around the house, Mama said. Doesn't he, Sassy? Yeah, Jamal helps Mama a lot, Sassy said. Are you still drawing them pictures? Jamal didn't answer. He knew his father didn't like his drawings. I think he'd probably better off just helping me take care of the house so I don't have to worry when I'm working, Mama said. You know how the dope heads are around here. Randy even had trouble keeping a job, Sassy said. That's 'cause Randy don't take a whole lot of lip. Javon Hicks took the last potato. They don't want you around if you stand up for himself. That's what Jamal's got to learn. His father stayed until 11 o'clock. Most of the time they just sat and watched television. Mama talked more than she usually did, and Jamal knew that she was happy having her husband home. When Javon started acting restless, looking at the clock, they all knew he was going to leave. Mama got quiet. They all did, waiting for him to say that he was going. What time is it? He asked. It's not that late, Mama said. You want some coffee? His father looked at his watch and mumbled something about having to get up early the next day. He said goodbye to Sassy first, hugging her to his side. You got to act more like a young man, he said to Jamal. I know, Jamal said. How do you know? He asked. I'm the only man here, aren't I? Don't get fresh, Jamal, Mama said. Sometimes that boy gets so fresh. Mama walked him to the door, and then he was gone. Later, she asked Jamal to do the dishes, and he did. He didn't know what it was, but it always felt the same when his father came to visit. It didn't matter what they talked about or did, but when his father left, Jamal felt bad. It wasn't that he felt bad about his leaving either. He was used to that. It was just little things, his father said, mostly about Jamal not acting like a man. It was as if he was supposed to be doing something but didn't know what it was. Mama said that sometimes when a man was broke up from his family, it was hard for him to see them again because he felt he had failed them. Jamal could understand that. Sometimes when things were going bad for him and Mama and Sassy, and he couldn't do anything about it, he just felt like walking away too. He could understand how his father felt, but it still didn't help anything. Jamal looked at the gun before he put it in his sneaker. Sterling .380 DA was printed on the side of it, and he wondered what it meant. He tied the sneaker carefully and put it in a paper bag with its mate. And that's how he took it to school. The gun seemed heavier than it had the day before. The morning went okay. Mrs. Rich asked if anybody didn't have the homework, and he hadn't put his hand up. Then she told Christine to collect it, and she gave her the answers. While she was teaching decimals again, Christine marked the papers. She gave them out just before they left. Any problems that you got wrong, go over tonight, Mrs. Rich said. We're going to have a quiz either tomorrow or Monday. Dwayne started up again. He started telling everybody how Jamal had punked out. Now I gotta beat his butt twice, Dwayne was telling some of the girls in the class. Maybe I'll make him bring me $1 a day to keep me off his butt. Myrna gave Dwayne a disgusted look. She didn't like him any more than Jamal did. You be down in the storeroom at lunchtime, or I'm going to beat your butt right in the classroom, Dwayne said. I'll be there, Jamal said. The girls started spreading the news that there was going to be a fight in the storeroom at noon. Jamal heard about it from one of the Davis twins. Why are you going to fight him when you know you can't win, she asked. I don't know that, Jamal said. You knew it when he beat your butt the other day, she said. There was a stupid look on her face. She was laughing at him. He looked right at her, but he was so mad he was almost crying. Jamal had one more class before lunch. Instead of going to it, he went to the third floor and found Tito. He told Tito about the fight. You gonna fight him? You take the gun down to the storeroom, Jamal said. Leave it in the bag and put it on the shelf, okay? I don't think you should shoot nobody, Tito said. I ain't gonna shoot him. What are you gonna do? Just take the gun there, like I said, Jamal said. No. Why? Because I don't want you to shoot nobody. I'm just going to scare him. I don't think you should take the gun, Tito said. He looked down at the floor and twisted the toe of his sneaker at a place where the floor was cracked. Okay, then I'm going to go down there and get beat up, Jamal said. And I'm going to stand there and get beat up and say, my friend Tito wants me to get